I just wanted to come up here and say,
hit the like button.
Was my friend, and that all these like stories going around, like even from like our point of view, because we're getting it different than what the public is seeing because we're at the behind the scenes. But they definitely did something to him, and they're all trying to change the story. Everybody that was near that boat is trying to defend all their other friends, and every time you talk to a different person, the story is changing.
Woo! Okay, keep in mind, this is my first time hearing this.
Wow.
Can you tell that to the guy that just left off this panel? What was his name?
He gone. I don't remember.
Yeah, I bet he is.
So Alexis, Cindy is saying be careful. But is there anything?
Oh, I wish I would have edited out her name.
That you can tell us in detail, like that you feel safe saying. I don't want you to say anything that you can't say or don't feel safe saying.
Like, what do you want to know?
So what exactly happened from you guys' side?
From our side, there was an altercation with a different boat, which had other kids on it, black kids. And there was an altercation. There was a fight. Something happened. And they went back to their respective boats or whatever. And when his best friend was on the other boat, so when he went to go like check up on Nolan and everything after the fight, Nolan's boat was gone, but they had stayed for a couple more hours. And so when they got back to land, they had his phone. So Nolan didn't even have his phone. The phone was at one of the boys' houses, and they didn't want to give it to his parents, and they had to send somebody to go get the phone from his house. That's why, like, when we checked his location, everybody was like thinking that it wasn't serious because we saw his location and said he was in Ocean Springs, Mississippi, like at his house. But they wouldn't give his phone back to his parents, and they were seen eating out the next day.
Wow.
And when somebody asked them, like, hey, why aren't you out looking for your friend? They said, y'all already think we did it.
Did what?
Did what?
Exactly. And then also that night, they were seen at multiple parties when they got back from the island around like 7 o'clock. So they still continued to go out that night, knowing that Nolan wasn't with them and that nobody had seen him.
Okay, hold on. Let me send some positive affirmations to this sister's way for her protection, her guidance. Let me send our ancestors her way to protect her, okay? To protect her away from all wrongdoing, all evil, all negativity. Right now, I demand that she will be protected. Type 13 if you agree.
So what pisses me off the most is they did allegedly whatever they did, but on top of that, they didn't even care. Mm-hmm. You're partying.
Sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yes, I'm definitely sorry that you guys.
That being said, kids do stupid stuff all the time.
That's not stupid. They just didn't care.
Somebody being unalive is something stupid. Is you for real? What is y'all talking about in these comments today? Listen, what you just said was stupid. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
She replying to somebody in the comments.
Quickly, you said there was the altercation that happened on the boat was with other black kids. There were other black people on the island.
There obviously, yes. Right. But they rode on separate boats. There was supposed to be other black people on the boat with Nolan, but they got told last minute that they couldn't go because there wasn't like enough space. But the story that they keep trying to push out to everybody is that the boat was sinking and taking on water, and they were telling Nolan that he needed to get on the boat, but Nolan wanted to stay back with a girl that he never met, which he wouldn't have done. Because if that was like, we're all from the same surrounding areas, she goes to Moss Point, which is like 20 minutes away. Why could you not hang out on land when you got back?
It's the boat that you came in was sinking and you knew that.
And so that was like the crazy thing is that they're talking about, oh, the boat was sinking and he didn't want to get on the boat and the boat had to get towed back. But if that was the case and he said he wanted to stay there, why did you take his phone back and not leave him on an island without a way to get.
That's a setup. Ooh, that's a setup. I hope she used a fake name. Oh man, you could tell that she legit. You could tell that she's legit. I can hear it. I could feel it. Type 13 if you agree with me on that. I could feel that she's not playing.
Somebody.
So, Alexis, I do want to ask you this, Bubba.
Y'all gotta stop saying her name.
Is asking in the chat, what was the fight about? Do you know what the fight was about?
Do not. I think it was like just people got heated. There was obviously drinking and stuff, and they were probably arguing about something and it just escalated more than it should have. But in the videos that you can see, obviously the fight was loud enough and big enough to cause all the other surrounding boats to pay attention and that be the main focus of what everybody was seeing at the time.
And Alexis, I do want to ask you something else. How long were they friends?
They've been friends for a minute. I mean, these people have gone to school together since elementary school.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and I want to ask another question from the chat. Dark Chocolate said, my thing is, why did the boat really have to get towed back, and was his BODY on it?
There is some speculation, like this is just like hearsay, that the boat was owned by this dude Wyatt. But when the boat got brought back, it was parked at Warren's house, which is his mom is the judge or whatever. And somebody said they drove by like later that night and like they were cleaning out the boat. Like it was like dark night, not like regular time when you would clean out a boat. It was like later at night. And then there was a girl on the boat that's not in any of the pictures or wasn't the girl that he was talking to. And when she got back on land, she turned off like her Snap location, but her best friend still had her location on Find My iPhone. And she was all of them were at one house for like 4 hours.
That's suspicious.
Yes.
What? Like what? First of all, like if you got back on,
they killed that boy.
Came back. You're supposed to be having a good time still. There's like a little after party. You're still vibing. Why is everybody's Snapchats going off? Why is social media is getting deleted? Why are we acting so suspicious? Like it's 4th of July. You just had fun on an island. Like what are you doing?
Exactly. Like stop it. Like y'all up in these comments just sounding fucking slow as fuck.
Yes, and Alexis, I do want to ask you too as well. So you did already confirm that one of the parents was a judge, so thank you for that. Also, I wanted to ask you, can you confirm that all of their social media has been scrubbed? So is it scrubbed or is it deactivated?
Only 2 of them are deactivated, but a couple of them are just private now. But the mom judge, she did deactivate hers. So like only 2 of them are actually, so 3 of them I guess are deactivated and then the rest of them are just private.
Alexis, I have a question. Based on what you know of the friends, can you shed light on their dynamic? Is Wyatt and Warren closer than, I don't know, the other guys? How does Nolan fit in the group? Is he at the bottom? Is he...
I don't know. Like,
good question.
Dynamic personally, but like they've all played sports together. Wyatt actually went to my school, so he didn't go to the same school as the other 3 kids that were in the picture. And actually, the picture that's circulating, Wyatt's not even in that picture.
Ah, okay.
But the person that was to the left of him with the long hair and the black glasses, that's probably who he was the closest with. But the other ones, like, they're just friends that have been together. Like, we've all been at people's parties. Everybody hosts different ones. So, like, we all know each other from each other.
So the blue glasses is who he really doesn't know. I'm looking at the picture now. The people.
No,
with
he
the blue
knows
glasses.
all of them. But if he was like to be closer to somebody, it would be the boy that was wearing the black glasses.
Okay.
Yeah, Wyatt is he was the quarterback for Biloxi.
Now, was this an actual physical altercation that took place on land? Or
somebody did get in a fight and that somebody got hit, but this was on land. It wasn't in the water.
Okay, see, because I've heard and read certain things of, arguments, fighting, and, you never know exactly, but you being a source is nice to know that there was an actual physical altercation.
And is it my understanding that one of the young men is 21? Is it Warren or Wyatt, or are one of them of age?
I don't think so. We all graduated. They graduated a year under me.
Okay.
So I think Wyatt graduated with me. But he might have turned 21 this year. So I have no idea. Okay. But it would have been Warren that would have turned.
So Alexis, I do want to ask as well. So when there is partying going on, are drugs and alcohol the norm?
Drugs? No.
Don't say the word.
Oh. I would never be at a party with drugs.
Okay.
Alcohol.
I'm talking about for them. For them, do you know?
Maybe if they didn't.
Okay, so she was close by. She was at a party. She knows the people. They know her.
Secretly in a bathroom or something, but that was never like something that would be brought out publicly. But I definitely, as all these people have gone to college, that has become the new norm.
Okay.
But alcohol, definitely.
I have a question.
Yes, go ahead, Kristen.
So the judge that you said that she removed her social media, said is this the same judge that the boat was at her house?
Yes.
Now she's talking about the same judge that I just showed y'all. That's the judge, Ashley Cole, that spoke out. Actually, so y'all can see this, right? The judge addresses rumors linking her son to Nolan Wells' case. So this was today. The judge came out and spoke about it. Basically, stopping the rumors. Warren and Nolan's friends told law enforcement they thought he caught another boat back to the mainland. All right, let's continue.
This is also the same judge
that didn't grant access to the lady that got she asked for permission to do custody exchanges with her kid at a police station, and she said no, and then the baby daddy unalived her. And then also she's the same judge that told Aubrey Wyatt's mom, the 13-year-old that unalived herself, that she couldn't post on social media to speak her truth.
So Alexis, I want to ask you one question. And the phone was at this judge's house, right?
I'm gonna look into that.
I'm not sure where it was, but it was on the boat, but they were not trying to give it to their parents.
I'm asking because if they were scrubbing the boat, and I have to say allegedly, they may have scrubbed the phone too.
That's also what I'm thinking.
But not everything is scrubbed. All of that stuff can be retrieved. That's what these data centers are for, by the way. I don't know if people know that, but these data centers are there to save your information. When they say cloud storage is going in the cloud, no, it's going to the servers. And it sits on the server and waits. They can easily bring that stuff back up, y'all. Easily. Everything that you try to, delete can reappear. Like, for example, when you on your own computer, when you think you permanently deleting something in the recycle bin, like when you put something in the recycle bin, you can retrieve that, right? But the data centers are even quicker.
Because Sam told us that the body was moved. Can you confirm that?
I have no topics on that, but it's just very it doesn't make sense how his body was found in the first place that they looked.
Yes, and the reason why I'm asking that, because if his body was moved.
Hold on, his body was found at the first place they looked? I didn't hear that. I'm gonna look into this. Woo, I'm taking notes mentally, and I'm gonna write some stuff down too.
They could have used his face to unlock it and then put him back.
That is also true.
That's actually true. Woo! Go back. Hold on, go back.
I have no topics on that, but it's just very it doesn't make sense how his body was found in the first place that they looked.
Yes, and the reason why I'm asking that, because if his body was moved, they could have used his face to unlock it and then put him back.
That is also true.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for them, digital footprint is a bitch, and it can be dug up.
What I just say?
Snapchat is going to take it all down because that's where all the evidence is.
Yeah, his brother right now is literally harassing people and texting them and trying to set the story straight. Some of the, I don't know his name, but the last name Seymour, his mom is texting people trying to tell the story. But each time they tell the story, it's different from each person.
I'm sorry. I got a question because you said that they was going around and they were saying that the boat was sinking. So if that's going along with the dialogue and that's how he drowned in GTA, wouldn't the boat have been deep in the water just as he was drowning? Like how? I'm confused.
That's what we're trying to figure out. They said that the boat was sinking and that they had to get it towed back, but how would it end up back at his house?
But a report is like, was it all? Because I'm thinking like the boat would have been deep in the water since he's drowning.
No, it's going to take time.
That doesn't make sense.
No, I think the way it works is like when a boat, it sometimes collects water when it's out for too long, if there's like a small hole, or if the waves are coming, the current is coming up too high and splashing water into the boat, it'll collect water and kind of like weigh the boat down. So in that case, you've got to take it out of that area.
Yeah, eventually it'll weigh it down.
High so that
it's not immediate.
Sink. So the boat wasn't necessarily sinking. It was just collecting water, from what I know.
All right. And
Dark Chocolate is thinking like me. She said, I believe Nolan was on the boat. The boat never sank. This was a cover-up. I definitely agree with that.
That's what I'm getting to. Because
that's what I also think, because his best friend was on the other boat that had like the altercation or whatever. And when the fight and everything happened, they went to their separate boats.
Like devastating.
They went to their separate boats, and when his best friend said he went back to like go check on him and see how he was doing, their boat was gone and they had stayed for a couple more hours. So if you were you wanted to stay back with this girl or whatever, and you didn't have a ride back, wouldn't you have asked your best friend to ride back with him?
Absolutely.
And he never saw him the rest of the night. And also the girl that they said was that he stayed back for was the boat literally directly next to them. So how did each side say that they thought they were staying with each other, but nobody saw him?
Interesting.
It just doesn't add up at all. None of it makes sense.
They didn't practice on their stories good enough.
They didn't.
So fucking slow. And I'm trying to understand. This person tells us to wait for the fucking autopsy. Why? When we fucking know.
Right. Ooh.
And see, and that's another thing that's alarming. That's what I'm about to say. Like, why are they not pulling phone? I was just about to say that. Whoever said that took the words right out of my mouth. Why are they not pulling the phone records? Like, you found his phone at another location that a alleged friend brought back because it was sitting on the boat. Oh man, I wonder if people took pictures of those people scrubbing that boat late at night, because who saw that? And who wouldn't want to take pictures? You know something wrong. Okay, I'm gonna calm down. That's what they want. They want us to get triggered. They're trying to piss the Niji off. They're trying to piss us off so we could do something. They want us to get riled up and say we had enough. And I ain't gonna lie, this is very disturbing to hear. Of course, we don't know what happened exactly. Even, with this witness right here, we still technically don't know, because like they all are saying that each and every person is given a different story.
But Alexis, I definitely want to thank you for sharing that information, because you definitely didn't have to. I definitely appreciate it, and I can't say I'm sorry enough for you guys' loss. You guys shouldn't be going through this, but that's why we talk about topics like this, because we don't talk about it, it's going to get covered up.
Right. Alexis, another question. Are people gathering in his name there? Are people doing things, or is there any sort of community outreach or stuff that's happening there for him?
I know we've done stuff as a friend group. There was a small protest at the lighthouse by I don't know who's that, but we're just waiting for the final stuff so that we can all meet up. We're all going the church together on Sunday so that we can just honor him and all that other stuff. But we're waiting for like the big like funeral and everything to happen.
Yeah, I want to highlight Dark Chocolate really quickly. She's asking, do you know if the person that seen them outside at night went to the police?
Or took a picture?
I'm pretty sure he did. Because they're supposed to be getting polygraphed, but they all said no.
Oh! How is that even allowed? Hold on. Chat. Whoa. Polygraph is a choice. I get it. But if you was innocent, you wouldn't have a problem clearing your name right there. But they got so many people involved in law, they would have had to get a judge order for that. Make it mandatory. Woo! Listen, y'all. All right, come on.
She's asking, do you know if the person that seen them outside at night went to the police?
I'm pretty sure he did. Because they're supposed to be getting polygraphed, but they all said no.
I wonder was she like, okay, I wonder if that was supposed not, because if they said no, then it wasn't judge ordered. Man, they got to speak up, bro. No polygraphs. They said no. Bro, I'm clearing my name. If I'm innocent, man, I'd take that with no problem.
Of course.
And then before they even as soon as they were getting taken in to get questioned, they all had lawyers.
So
they had lawyers before they got questioned. Okay.
Confirm that too.
Yeah.
So I do want to ask you back about this judge. I know you gave us a little bit of insight. Is she known around you guys' city and town as being dirty?
I don't know her. I just know of the three. Well, this would be the third instant that she has messed up for the Black community. But I know her kid, and he loves to say the N-word.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
There it is.
So,
all right, so I'm going to look into this judge. I'm going to look more into it.
man.
She looked young. I'm going to look more into her. Ashley Cole. All right, let's continue.
I mean, wow.
Dad.
So I do want to ask you too, Alexis. Have you been to the police?
No. All this stuff that I'm telling y'all is stuff that we've talked about as a whole of people that have already said it to them.
Okay. I do find it interesting too because
okay, so she didn't specifically talk to the police, but she's saying that other people stated the same exact thing that she did already to the police already. I'm trying to see how I feel about that. Her being young, she knows something funky happened. She not trying to get involved. I'm putting myself in her shoes because she don't know where it's gonna come from. She doing that for her protection.
If you were one of his friends, I'm curious as to why the police hasn't even reached out to you for anything, for any information.
Because I'm telling you the stuff that we've been told by people that have gone to talk to them already.
Okay. That makes sense.
That was a very good political answer that she gave. Without saying too much, she said a lot. And that just let me know that she's, for her protection, she ain't trying to put her name on nothing. I can't blame her, but she still at least is getting the message across. And that could be, if she's intelligent, Alexis may not even be her name.
Does anybody else have any questions? I know the story is very is a lot, but Alexis has definitely given us a lot of information.
Alexis.
Does anybody else have any question? Crypto Boy saying, why would they? She wasn't on the boat. Crypto, when things happen, people do talk. And yes, Bubba, it is hearsay.
Yeah, I guess the person who owns the boat would have all of the information, the driver of the boat. And obviously he's not going to say anything because he's lawyered up, which is really suspicious, because if that was your friend, you'd want to just like say like, yo, this is what happened. Like, so it's kind of like, I don't know, man. It's very sad. Very, very sad. My condolences though, Alexis. Sorry that happened to your friend, and I'm definitely following this story all the way to the end for sure. And hopefully everything over there is like, I don't even know.
To Raven, that's what I'm trying to figure out. It's so many questions. I'm so confused.
She got a newborn.
And I know Alexis won't have all the answers. She can only go off of what she was told. But it's definitely a lot. It's definitely, in my eyes, enough for the judge to be investigated.
So she was close enough that was...
And definitely recused from any part of the process.
So she was close enough to be close with the people that were close. They are talking, and she's repeating what's being said. So basically, it's not to stir the narrative, it's to get you guys to hear the narrative that they're speaking amongst, each other. So these are alleged friends, and people are taking sides. And I mean, that's disturbing to hear. We ain't hear nothing about no boat, a second boat with nothing but Niji people on it. We ain't hear that detail. A couple of them, the fact that they, didn't agree to the polygraph. I'm trying to understand who's giving that to them. Like, who would, administer a lie detector test? The police? It's a lot of questions. I'm gonna look into this. It ain't over. We just getting started.
My biggest fear as a 51-year-old woman in California is that they will cover up, just like the Black Sleuth said. They're going to be two independent autopsies. They're going to be two different, outcomes. There are 9 of us in this chat. And if this case were to be prosecuted, it's not going to be amongst people like ourselves from different states, races, and ages they're going to all come to a conclusion that these young people will get off. And that's just what I believe.
But get off from doing what? We don't know what happens still.
Judges control a lot and can get off who they want to. So definitely be careful. Definitely just be careful. But I can't thank you enough just for the information, because we've been saying from the beginning it doesn't make sense at all. And just thank you for confirming some things and just feeling safe enough to do that. So definitely appreciate it.
You're welcome. It still doesn't even make sense to all of us.
Yeah.
I'm trying to understand, like, so if he was left with the friend, with the girl, what happened to her? Like, it's so
She was
confusing.
the first one to go to the police. She was the first one to say everything. She was speaking up, all this other stuff. But she said she thought that Nolan was with the boys, and the boys said that they thought Nolan was with the girl. But how did neither of y'all say that when the boats were supposedly right next to each other?
But they left at separate times.
Right. It is so confusing, but I don't know.
And then allegedly, I heard that.
I want to say this too. It's not confusing. It just proves that they are lying.
I heard a story that the girl.
I know what I'm saying. I know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm asking these questions. It's like I'm not being biased. I'm trying to understand.
I will say too, and I just heard, I think it was just walking trying to say something. I just want to say something quick too.
Oh.
I'm curious to know if the water in his body, if it was before death or after, because they can determine that too.
If
Especially
they look at the autopsy and there's no water in his lungs, he didn't go by drowning.
Yes.
So what was determined?
What you say?
If they do the autopsy and there's no water in his lungs, then that means that he didn't die by drowning. That means that he was he was dead
Murder.
before he was in the water.
That's obvious.
Alexis, you got all of us quiet.
For real though. I was saying, I saw a story that the girl said she contacted her family to come pick her up. She didn't get on the boat that she originally came on. Do you know anything about that? Have you heard that also?
Yeah, they said that Katie got home because she had family come get her.
Okay, so that's the girl. Okay, Katie McCormick. Hold up. Katie McCormick. So that's the girl that they saying that he left with. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he tapped it or whatever. Something happened in between the time that he was with her and, you know, by himself and leaving for, I'm listening. I'm just trying to understand what happened in between. She didn't leave with the boat. She called her parents to come pick her up. She saw something. She hurried up and told the police she ain't had nothing to do with it. She either knows something, heard something. She don't want, McCormick. That's her last name. She's basically doing everything so she could rule herself out. And they saying that she's lawyered up on top of that. Now, I wonder how fast that was, but keep in mind, people can have, you know, their own attorneys already, you know, prior to anything happening. They could just have them right there on retainer. Some families have that. They got the family attorney, whatever. They got somebody in the family that got an attorney, probably advised her. I don't know. This is iffy.
His mother said she got home safely because her mother's brother and his
because her brothers had to come get her.
Come and get her.
Right.
Why?
And that's why she was safe.
Safe from what, though?
Right. That's what I'm saying.
I don't like that word.
Why the brothers had to come?
I got a question. So is they working on the autopsy now or?
Yes, they said that the autopsy was getting done today, but also they're going to get a private one because they just got the judge, or not the judge, they got the lawyer that did George Floyd and Breonna Taylor's case. So they're going to get a second opinion.
She talking about Ben Crump.
By somebody that's not
Ben Crump,
in the state.
Ben Crump. Yeah.
By somebody that's not in the state of Mississippi that can be persuaded with money from people of higher authorities.
Yeah, I believe he's an activist attorney and an injury attorney.
And they said, I don't like this one is definitely, I saw this one on Facebook, but they said the DMR released that he had bruises all over his body, and so did his grandfather.
Is that true?
But someone could argue that it was the undertow that, you know, caused all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Undertow won't cause bruises like that.
She's not saying anything.
Terrifying.
No, not like that. Undertow, the body will keep moving from place to place, and it won't. You don't have that type of bottom at Horn Island or in the Gulf of Mexico like that. That's real ragged where it will cause bruises like that, especially in 3 or 4 feet of water.
Thank you, Sam. That's why I keep saying I'm a woman from California. I don't know about these things, so thank you so much.
No, and that's good. And here's the thing: when they saying the boat was filled, was taking on water. Listen, I am a boat owner myself, and we have what's called a bilge pump on every boat, right? And that's for when the boat starts to take on water, it comes on and pumps the water out. So many gallons per minute. So it's almost, unless you got a big hole or took on a big swell and the weather wasn't bad that day for that boat to take on that much water where it would have sunk the boat. And if it had sank the boat like that, when you're talking about a 20-minute ride, and where they lived was more than that boat would have sank. If it was taking on that much water, that bilge pump kept it from doing that. And that wasn't going to, it taking on water wasn't going to cause it to break down. They're built for that. And the boat that I saw that was on the video, I know that boat had a nice bilge pump on it that pumps out plenty gallons of water, because that was over $100,000 boat.
I ain't gonna lie, I haven't seen a boat that's not above 100,000.
Undertow is not gonna put you in the same exact spot where they first started looking.
No. He wasn't there when they were looking.
Yeah,
And
they brought him back.
They knew that.
Interesting.
Yeah, I can't even say anything. Because Alexis just came and proved everything we have been saying with every case.
Exactly. We don't need to wait for no autopsy. We don't need to let no who said that detective do their job, because they don't even fucking do it when they supposed to anyway.
When was this? This was today. This was sent to me today. If you have anything, you know I'm a nosy mofo. Send it to me. I'm gonna write it down. I'm not gonna say it's concrete until I do my investigation myself. I don't depend on, those legacy media people to give me the truth. They got a narrative to spin. I know better than that. You get hired as an actor and actress and you're reading from a script. Turn around and this evening, blah, 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 and they reading directly from the teleprompter. Let me do my investigation. If y'all got something that I need to see, send it to me inside of the 13% community server. The link is in the chat right now. The 13%. 13PERCENT. So that's discord.gg/13PERCENT. And the link is in the chat as well. And it's in the description. If you missed it in the chat, it's in the description of the video, of the live stream and the video. This is interesting, but she did say a lot. Again, she said a lot by just saying a little. I'm gonna look into it, but those are some good leads. And if she's, not the only one that's speaking the exact same thing, she did tell us that the police were informed of these exact same things. That still doesn't make sense for the police department to rule out foul play. I don't get that. Like, you should still say, hey, this is an ongoing investigation. They're treating it like this case closed, like what happened. Again, the autopsy report couldn't have came back that fast. There's no way. And even she admitted that it didn't. At least to how are they determining anything without that?
OCO, free thinkers.
I make you think, yeah. I make you think, I make you think, yeah. I make you